What about the midfield of West Ham, though? Because the combination of Declan Rice and Souček is probably the envy of all Premier League so far. But we're seeing a different side of Declan Rice this season, a lot more of an offensive side of him. We all know his penchant for his ability for reading the game, his tackles, his interceptions, but he's really adding in his assists this season, Scott. 3 Premier League assists already.
Yeah, do you know what? I think recently, I mean, don't forget, he was initially a centre-half. And he was pushed into midfield, and it was almost like, well, let's give him a bit of time in midfield and then eventually go to the centre-half. I'm pretty sure I know that Frank Lampard was interested in taking him to Chelsea and maybe making him a centre-half as well. But look, what he did initially was he just patrolled the back four and let Souček get forward. And I think now it's almost like, OK, well, what next layer have you got to your game? I think David Moyes has actually told him, look, you have got more. So Souček, you're going to have to hold sometimes while Declan Rice runs to the ball. And the impact he's having on West Ham this season, you know, I can count on maybe 2 fingers the amount of good play or players who have done well, who have been in the England squad and yet have done well this season. He has been this standout player. He's just gone from strength to strength. And I think if someone like Manchester United had had him, they'll be right up there in terms of chasing the title. I genuinely believe he's that good. You know, from a West Ham point of view, my biggest worry is at what point will he leave? Because I cannot see him staying, unfortunately.
Can't see him staying, Bobby? Can West Ham hang on to him for the foreseeable future, at least?
Well, I was extremely over the moon when Frank Lampard got the tic-tac, to be honest. Because, like Scott said, he was being lined up, good friends with Mason Mount. It was all there. I mean, I heard a number of £70 million. His value is way over that now for me. And so, yes, I'm pleased that he didn't get to Chelsea. But for West Ham, he is unbelievable. I remember speaking to Mark Noble about him a good couple of years ago, and Mark saying, this kid is the real deal. He has everything. And we still haven't seen the best of him. We still think of him as a defensive player. We still think of him as that player is just going to mop up and give it sideways. He's already shown this year that now that he's grown in confidence, I think being with England has given him that as well. That he now gets the ball, he drives 10 yards, he breaks that line, and then he's up and he's looking, where can I go next? Who can I slip in? And he has the ability to do that. He has that ability to slip players in, create chances. We haven't seen enough of it yet, but it is there, and it won't be long before we see that. But for me, Declan Rice, the next £100 million English player, without a shadow of a doubt.
Well, David Moyes seems to think he's beyond the £100 million. Do you think he is valued above that?
Well, like Scott said, the Manchester Uniteds of this world, the Chelseas, the Arsenals, if they want a top centre midfield player, that's what they're going to have to go and pay. And in Declan Rice, they have that.
Does he remind you perhaps a little bit in that mould of Frank Lampard? You mentioned him there, Frank Lampard. During his time at